So everyone understands English? Anyone who doesn't? You understand English? Everyone? Put your hand up. English? Okay. We're going to read a little bit from this beautiful book called Teachings of Queen Kunti. Does everyone know who Queen Kunti is? Does anyone know? Queen Kunti?
Yes.
Yes? Everyone, put your hand up if you know who is Queen Kunti. And you? You don't know? She is the mother of the Pandavas. Who are the Pandavas? You don't know? The Pandavas? What about Gita? Yes, no? Yes? You can speak now. Okay. Everyone who knows who the Pandavas is? Everyone knows who the Pandavas is? Who is these girls' mother?
Hi.
Oh, they said they don't know who the Pandavas
They know they are not expressing themselves.
Oh, you're not expressing yourself. Don't be afraid of me. I'm a nice lady. Okay, this is a nice one. I'm reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Kunti Devi's The Teachings of Queen Kunti. And this is chapter 20, Full Surrender. With forward and translation by Srila Prabhupada. I'm just going to read some of it. Alright. O my Lord, you have executed all duties yourself. Are you leaving us today? Though we are completely dependent on your mercy and have no one else to protect us. Now when all kings are at enmity with us. Srimad Bhagavatam 1:8-37. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Full Surrender, chapter 20, with translation and purpose by Srila Prabhupada. The purport is, the Pandavas are most fortunate because, with all good luck, they were entirely dependent on the mercy of the Lord. In the material world, to be dependent on the mercy of someone else is an utmost sign of misfortune. But in the case of our transcendental relationship with the Lord, it is the most fortunate case when one can be completely dependent on Him. The material disease is due to thinking of becoming independent of everything. But the cruel nature does not allow us to become independent. The false attempt to become independent of the stringent laws of nature is known as material advancement. Of experimental knowledge, the whole material world is moving on this false attempt at becoming independent of the laws of nature, beginning from Ravana. Wanted to prepare a direct staircase to the planets of heaven. down to the present age, they are trying to overcome the laws of nature. They are trying now to approach distant planetary systems by electronical, mechanical power. But the highest goal of human civilization is to work hard under the guidance of the Lord and become completely dependent on Him. The highest achievement of perfect civilization is to work with valor, but at the same time depend completely on the Lord. The Pandavas were the ideal executor of this standard of civilization. Undoubtedly, they were completely dependent on the goodwill of Lord Sri Krishna, but they were not idle parasites of the Lord. They were all highly qualified both by personal character and by physical activities. Still, they always looked for the mercy of the Lord because they knew that every living being is dependent by the constitutional position. The perfection of life is therefore to become dependent on the will of the Lord instead of becoming falsely independent in the material world. Those who have tried to become falsely independent of the Lord are called anatta, or without any guardian, where those who are completely dependent on the will of the Lord are called sanatana, or those having someone to protect them. Verse again. O my Lord, you have executed all duties yourself. Are you leaving us today? Though we are completely dependent on your mercy and have no one else to protect us, now when all kings are at enmity with us. Namo Vishnu Krishna Krishna Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharani Nirvisesa Sumikoni Aspachara Visatari. So in this material world, no one likes to be dependent on another person, right? Because if you're too dependent on another person, they start to exploit you. You find that when you get older, isn't it? And sometimes you have to be a little bit dependent, but you should always try to be not dependent. Because there's a word in English, a saying in English, familiarity breeds contempt. Is that true? You know that saying? Familiarity breeds contempt. So if you let a person become too familiar with you, or you become too familiar with that person, they usually step back. Because I found sometimes, like being an older devotee and an older woman, people want to come and look after you. But then after a while they start dragging. Come here, drop the arm, put you. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I go, no. And they just have to dismiss them. And they understand it. They recognize it. Because, as long as you can use your body in Krishna's service, why not? Because one day, you never know. Look at Jayapataka Maharaj. He was such an energetic, full of life personalities, riding his bicycle around Mayapur. He was riding his bicycle. He stopped and he said to me, Surami Mataji, where were you? And I said, where what was I where? And he said, when we were at Srina's parents' house, I wanted you to talk. Oh, okay, Maharaj. Whenever you want me to talk, you send someone to get me. Because it's difficult when you're on the paragraph, right? Hundreds of devotees. And sometimes you just want to step back a bit, right? Because if you don't, they might crush you. So sometimes I just used to step at the back. He said, I couldn't find you. And I said, oh, I understand. And he said, I want you to talk, I want you to say something. He was encouraging me the whole time. It's not that ladies can't speak. They can. And he got so encouraged with what I'd said the first time that every day he'd ask me, can you talk? Sure, you get up and talk. And so the devotees actually really liked it. They became inspired, you know? We shouldn't think because we're in a lady's body that we can't inspire people and help them also to overcome their fears. Because we're only a lady in this lady's body. Maybe only for one more last life. I'll tell you a story. Prabhupada was on a morning walk in Calcutta. And all the men, they went out on the morning walk. And the ladies, they stayed back. And the men were complaining, oh, Prabhupada, why you let these women in the temple? These women. They are so distracting. You should ask them to leave or get them somewhere else. We don't want them in the temple. And when Prabhupada was walking, enjoying his walk, he didn't say anything. Didn't say anything. And while they were away, Malati was there, Palika was there, Palika was there, a few other ladies, right? All my god sisters. And they were cleaning the temple, they were dressing the deities, they were cooking for the deities, they were making garlands for the deities, they were doing all these things. And then they came back from the morning walk, the men, and Prabhupada walked in the door, and he turned around to them, and he said, who would not want to associate with his Vaikuntha ladies? Look and see what they have done. The temple is spotless. The deities look so beautiful. The garlands, I can smell them from here. And he said, and then he just walked away and left them there. No one said anything. So that's the way Prabhupada was with the ladies. And in that time, the ladies are always so talented, isn't it? They're very talented. And at that time, Kaushalya, Jamuna, Prabhupada would ask Jamuna to sing at the big pandal. We have huge big pandals. You know what a pandal is? Yeah? Everyone knows what a pandal is? You know the big tent? And 10,000 people would come. And Prabhupada would say, you sing, Jamuna. And she would sing. Oh, everyone loved it. She had such a beautiful voice. And then Prabhupada also used to say, you speak, Jamuna. You speak. And Jamuna, she was very, very good at speaking, you know? In a simple way, in a nice way that attracted the ladies. Not always has to be men on one side, ladies on the other, but it's not always about the class is just for the men. It's for everyone. So she could speak so nice, and so Prabhupada liked her at all. Because, you know, if you satisfy the ladies, then the husbands are happy. And they say, literally in the world, if you want to get to know someone and they have a dog, then you will be nice to the dog. And that man and woman will love you forever because you love their dog. So it's the same when you, someone is carrying a little child, right? I love children. I often go up to them and say, get the little foot and, like that. And I say, what's your name? Oh, immediately the parents, they start smiling. Because it's nice to be kind, isn't it? So you ask their name and how old are you? Like that. So you interact with people. We like that. Everyone likes it. If someone's kind, huh? I was in a big mall one day, and this older lady, she came along, and she had a beautiful dress. And I said to her, you look absolutely beautiful in that color. Oh, you made my day. And she walked away with a big smile on her face. Right? So this is kindness, and we touch that person's heart. And they'll be walking away and they meet their friend. You see that lady over there? She told me I looked absolutely beautiful in my dress. She'll never forget, isn't it? She'll never forget. So Prabhupada told us, you kill with kindness. So when you go out and you distribute reading books, you kill with kindness. Have a big smile on your face. Say, hello, son. I just wanted to tell you that you look lovely today. And they'll say, oh, that's nice. And you look lovely too. Why are you wearing this beautiful dress? Oh, I'm a Hare Krishna. And then he goes, oh, Govindas. Immediately, Govindas. Because, like Prabhupada said, if it wasn't for prasadam, none of you would be here. So it's the same with the non-devotees. They love to eat good food. And that's why when we have someone cooking in our Govindas, just like when we're cooking for Krishna, we have to make sure it's first class. First class. I'll give you this little example. We had 2 Govindas in Brisbane. One was in the city, and the men were cooking. And then they had another one outside of the city, and I was cooking. And it wasn't in a very, very strong area. It was actually a little bit in the cupboard. We couldn't see it. And even we had a sign on the road. One lady came in one day and she said, oh my God, how long have you been here? I said, oh, about 5 years. I never knew it. And just by chance, I looked and I seen your board. We had a board. And we take it out and put it on the road. And she said, oh, I'm so glad I found it. And then one lady came in and she said, once I came here and I tried your cooking, she said, I'm not going to go back to that other Govindas. She said, your cooking is better. Right? So, and then gradually they started coming. They started saying, you know, there's a lady in the other Govindas and she cooks really nice. And so they didn't want to go to the other Govindas because the consciousness was different. Right? So this is very, very, very particular. When you cook for Krishna, you have to have a very good consciousness. Right? And that way, you don't eat anything before you cook. You don't think, oh, this looks nice, I'd like to eat it. You don't take the spoon and go, like the non-devotees do. Let me try. Oh, I think I did it really nice. When do you try it? While you're cooking or after you cook it? After you're cooking. That's right. So the cooking has to be done with a good consciousness. and you pray to Krishna Prabhupada, I'm cooking for you today. Please help me that I will cook nicely. And Prabhupada always say this one, practice makes perfect. And I taught that to my little granddaughter. She's 11. And when she's doing us, I said, remember, Mirabai? She goes, practice makes perfect, Prabhupada said. So she's learned so many things because she remembers what Brahma told her. So that's what everything in Krishna consciousness. When we come, we don't know anything. Right? I didn't know how to cook, but practice makes perfect. I didn't know how to sew a magazine, but practice makes perfect. Every day you go out and even if you don't feel like it, you just put on a smile and you talk to the people, and it's amazing. Krishna sends you just the right people. Right? Isn't it? You might be going one after another, and no one's stopping, and all of a sudden, a person stops, and they are so nice person, and they're very enthusiastic, and they say, of course I'll take a magazine, and put their hand in the pocket, and they give you some money. And they're the nicest person. I say to them, you know, I always meet the nicest people. And they say, oh, thank you. And when I've given them the book and given them money, I always give them a big hug. Oh, do they love that? Do you love it when someone gives you a hug? Yeah? Do you? Who loves getting a hug? You know what a hug is? Come here. You come here. Come down. Come over. This is a hug. So do you like getting a hug? Yes? Yes. Okay, later on we'll do hugs, okay? So everyone loves being special. So when Kunti was thanking Krishna, what have we done without you, Krishna? That you are so kind. You saved us, you protected us with so many things. You know? It's difficult to be a single mother. I actually have 5 children, but I was a single mother for most of the time for my children growing up. It can be hard, but it also can be, it's possible. Just have to be regulated. You know? Just like with the chanting and coming to the program, you have to be regulated. So everything has to be regulated, and that's possible. So Queen Kunti, she was the one chosen. She was the one chosen to stay with the children. Marjorie chose to go into the fire with her husband. And Kunti, she was chosen to take care of the children. So she had 3 children, and Marjorie had 2. So, throughout her life, and it can be difficult. You do think, if I had a nice friend, you know, actually, that's the way it should be. You're married, you have a husband, and in the beginning, you're just getting to know each other. But after some time, you become friends. And you get to know each other, and you like to do something when husband likes to do things for you. It becomes balanced. Prabhupada said that a husband should always give the wife gifts. And if he gives her nice gifts, then she thinks, oh, thank you very much. He's appreciating all the things that I'm doing for him, right? But if he never gives her any gifts, she thinks, maybe he's seen someone else, isn't it? He never gives me anything. He never says nice things to me. He never buys me a gift of appreciation. So one time, my godbrother Yadavara, he came into the room with Prabhupada, and Prabhupada said to him, Vishaka Mataji, she always looks so drab. She wears these colors, they're not nice. And he said to Yadavara, you have to give your wife some gifts. You know, she always wears these browns and like that. And Yadavara probably said, well, she likes it. She likes it, Prabhupada. He said, if you don't buy her some nice gifts, one day she'll leave you. She'll leave you one day, he said. That's how important a gift is. And then so Yadavara, he decided to do what Prabhupada said. And they actually, they're in their 70s now, and they're still together. You see? So he must have been very good at giving her gifts. And in turn, the lady, she is a good wife, a good companion, because she cooks for the husband, she cleans for the husband, or she has a maid to make sure that the house is clean. So when the husband comes home, he has his prasadam, the house is clean, the children are happy, and he's happy. Isn't it? Yes. So this is compatible. And it's sometimes difficult to be a single mother. So look at Queen Kunti, she went through so much. She wasn't only a single mother, she was a single mother who had 5 children, who had enemies with her other side of her family. And they were just thinking of all ways to try to kill the Pandavas in her, by putting in her in a. They said, well, we'd go to this nice house. And they looked very nice. They put fountains in there, nice couches, everything. But the thing was, they built the house out of Shiva. And then the house caught on fire. But Vidura, who was actually a well-wisher of the Pandavas, he was the good one. The other Kauravas, they were the bad ones. Kauravas, right? They were the Hindus and Kauravas. And they were the bad ones. They were always thinking, how can we get rid of these Pandavas? Because we want the land and the kingdom. Isn't it? There's people like that out in the world too. Even countries that are like that. Oh, this country. You know, if we split it up into 4, we're going to have more control. Right? And they split the country up into 4 small countries, because then they're going to have more control. So this is the way the demons think, you know. And so they wanted to take the land and the kingdom away from the Pandavas. So they were thinking in all ways, how can we do this? Right? And so that they were told that there's going to something happen with this house. You better make a tunnel. So they made a tunnel. And when they heard the crackling of the fire, they said, quickly, we have to go under the tunnel. So they went under the tunnel and they came up, and they were thinking, those Pandavas are dead now. And then all of a sudden they got a surprise because they were there again. These guys, we can't get rid of them, right? So they were doing so many bad things to the Pandavas to try to hurt them. Only little boys, you know? And in the beginning there were only little boys. And Pandava was there. Kunti was there. And then later on, when they became bigger, then they met Drupadi, Arjuna. He won it. And he came home and he said to Kunti, I have bought some gift. And he said, she said, oh, share it with your brothers. She didn't know what the gift was. And she said, share it with your brothers. But who was it? Yeah, Draupadi. And she became the wife of all of them. You know? But Dhritarashtra and his friends, even Bhima, one time, because they all like to gamble. And also, unfortunately, at the time, the Pandavas liked to gamble also. But they kept on losing. And they thought, oh no, we lost again. I said, they had nothing. You have to bring your kingdom. They lost the kingdom. And then what else do we have to, as a, what do they call it, a prize for winning? And then they said, your wife, we will take your wife as compensation for you if you lose. And they lost again. And Draupadi going, oh my God. So they grabbed her and they all wanted to enjoy her. So what did they do with her?
They tried to disrobe her.
Then they tried to take off her sari. Right? And so she was spinning round and round and round, and they're pulling and pulling and pulling and laughing and enjoying this. Right? And so then she said, Krishna, what can I do? She was trying to hold on to her sari so they couldn't take her. But then finally, she just put her arms up in the air and said, Krishna, please save me. Have any of you had that experience? Or some terrible thing was happening to you? And you say, Krishna, please save me. Isn't it? I'm going to ask you in a minute. Anyway, so as soon as she did that, then the sari became endless. And they were pulling and pulling and pulling, and it was becoming piles and piles and piles, and they go, we can't do this anymore. You know, so then Krishna saved her. And they're like, oh, the sari was endless. They wanted to see her naked. Anyway, all of those ones in the assembly that did that, they got a terrible reaction. And they got killed because they tried to take away. And that started the war. The battlefield of Kurukshetra. It started the war. And so, such terrible, and nowadays, there's so many demons out there trying to hurt ladies. So many. You can't even walk down the street when you're 70 years old. You want to go to the train station, and some young man comes out of nowhere, and he starts touching you everywhere and doing terrible things. At 70 years old. They don't even care. How old you are? 17. And the boy is like 20. He comes out of nowhere and he just grabs you and wants to do terrible things. So these days, there's many of these demons. And they want to hurt our children. They want to hurt the ladies. Sometimes they want to hurt the men. The lady in Ujjain, they were going home, 2 of them, and some men came out of nowhere, about 10 of them, and started beating them. It's just recently. So there's so many rascals in the world. Big rascals like him. Dhritarashtra and so many of them trying to hurt the Pandavas. So this world, Prabhupada said the devotees would say to him, Prabhupada, we should come back and try to save the conditioned souls. He said, this Kali Yuga is only getting worse. He said, do your business and get out. He said, don't be sentimental. First of all, you take care of yourself, and then when you're fully self-realized devotee, then you can help others. But this material world, we've seen it, isn't it? In the last 50 years, it's deteriorated so much. And then the demons invented this electronics. The terrible thing. If you don't be careful, even as a devotee, what she was saying. The tablet, the iPhone, the computer, what's the other one? Laptop. There's so many devices. And if you don't be careful, I'll just go there and look. Someone might have sent me a message. And half an hour later, 1 hour later, you're still there. And you haven't even finished your rounds yet. And the Mataji said, I said, what time did you go to bed last night? 10:30. 1 o'clock. I said, what were you doing? I was chanting my rounds. And I said, why are you chanting your rounds at that hour of the night? Because in the morning I didn't get up early enough. But if you go to bed at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 12 o'clock, even 10 o'clock, how are you going to get up from Mangalati? Huh? The Prabhupada said, rise early, before 4 a.m., attend the whole morning program, and your whole day will be auspicious. Now he's not saying you should get in your car and come 20 kilometers to the temple. No. He said, every house can be a temple. And he said, then we will have thousands of temples all over the place. Isn't it? How many Matajis have a temple in their own home? How many? And how many Matajis do Mangalati in the morning in their own home? 1, 2, and how many of you come to Mangalati in the temple? 1? Oh my God! So what are you doing in the morning? If you're not doing Mangalati, that means you're not getting up early. That means you must be getting on your tick in the night. Isn't it? Because Prabhupada said we can have a temple in our own home. But having a temple in your own home means you have a program. You can do it. You get up before 4 a.m. and you have a shower. You can do it the night before. You get your puja things ready. You have it all ready, all set up on the altar. And so you get up. If you can get up at 3:30, you're ready by 4. Can you do that? Yeah? Can you do that? Only 4 minutes in the shower. Only 4 minutes in the shower. And then you can chant 2-3 rounds before Mangalati. And then you do your morning program. You do your Mangalati. It doesn't matter if the husband doesn't want to do, if children don't want to do, you do. You don't have to make a party. Just have to sing some song. Don't even have to sing loud. When I'm in my daughter's house now, I have a little table, only a little bigger than that, in the corner near the kitchen. There's a wall between them and me, but somehow or other they don't hear it. And so I make my auntie. So and I go through the whole idea of samsara, Vishnudev, Arjun, Tulsi Arjun, and then Prabhupada's Arjun. I do all at once. Because after when the children get out, I have to take them, dress them, take them to school. Because my daughter is a nurse. And sometimes she works at 7 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes she works at 2:30 in the afternoon and comes home at 11. And twice a year I go make sure I'm there. And she has a night shift. She goes to work at 11 and comes home at 7. So when she comes home, she's very tired. So immediately she goes to sleep, and I look after the children, and take them to school. So I have to make sure that I have to have all my rounds done, the whole morning program done before the children get up. And somehow or other, if you have that desire that I want to do this, then Krishna arranges that the children don't wake up before you're finished. It's true. When I lived on New Govardhan Farm, I lived there for 14 years. I actually gave birth to 2 of my children on Krishna's farm. Anyway, I used to put my children to sleep at 6:30. 6:30. Have to be regular, just like I am regulated. The children must be regulated too. Right? So the children go to sleep every night 6:30. And then in the morning, 3:30, I go to the temple. So before we have Mangalati, I've chanted quite a few rounds. So we have Mangalati finishes around 5. And still I have some more rounds. So then I stay at the temple out the back and chant up and down until about 20 past 6. And 20 past 6 I go home. I say, up you get. Now it's time to get up and go to the temple. And I say, you come into the bathroom, go on, line them up before them. In the shower, 3 minutes in the shower, put your soap on, take off your clothes, put them in the dirty basket. In the shower, got the shower going. You wash yourself with your soap, with the soap on, here's your towel. What are you doing? In regimental, right? All children. And so I had them all showered, changed into their clothes. The school is on the farm, and the children must be there for the 7:15 program. And you have to give them the breakfast. So I have to be very regulated while they're dressing them, putting the stove on, making the breads, and filling them with a little bit like, what do you call it?
Paratha.
Paratha. Except I used to make pita bread. I make with bread, and you fill it with cheese and tomato, salt and oregano, and they loved it. So I make that for them in the morning, have their breakfast, they're all filled up. All right, it's 7 o'clock, we have to go to the temple now. And so we'll go to get up to the temple. Sometimes it was raining. And when you have 4 children and yourself, so my husband, he said, we need a big umbrella. So even the Bora Bora umbrella is not big enough, right? So then they had one umbrella for the sun, for the beach umbrella. And he went and he bought a beach umbrella. So the umbrella is this big, right? So we can fit everyone under that umbrella, even the husband. And we went to the temple with our big Bora Bora umbrella. And we did that every day, except for Sunday. Sunday was the most important. Yes. And we went to the park. The children, they love to do activities. But these days, the children don't even want to go outside. I was saying to my grandchildren, because my daughter was sleeping, oh, we're going out today. And we're going to go in the car to the train. We're going to go on the train, and we're going to go to the big river where there's a boat on there, and we're going to go on the boat, and we're going to go to the playground, and then the whole day. And then in the end, we're going to go to Govinda's. And they're very happy we do that. And this day, oh no, we're tired, we don't want to go, not this early. And so I go, all right then, you can stay there for another half an hour. And then after half an hour I came back, and I went in there, and all of a sudden, I'm going, what's going on here? I thought you were sleeping. Oh no, we're awake now. And then I go and I'm looking under the pillow, and I tricking me. They were playing games. Because it makes them lazy. And I kept on saying, come on, let's go out. Came 12 o'clock. I got up at 3 o'clock, and I couldn't get them out of the bed to take them somewhere until 12 o'clock. I go, no, we don't want to go out, we don't want to this, we don't want to that. And why? Because of this electronics. Makes them controlled, it makes them lazy. And you know why it's like that? Because the big presidents of the world, they all got together and they said, how can we control the people? And they're very smart, aren't they? They made up all of those electronics so that they can control the people. Even can control the devotees. Huh? I know what you do. I do it sometimes too. I go on Facebook and I share with the devotees nice pictures of Prabhupada, nice stories of Prabhupada, like this. Around the Yatra, some nice devotees out on Harinam. That's the use. Everything has a use. You can use it in Krishna's service. You can have it, it can be useful in a way it's going to help you to become Krishna conscious, or you can use it in a way where it's going to make you less Krishna conscious. So everything can be used in Krishna's service, but you have to be very, 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 very careful. Devotees staying up to 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. What are you doing, Maya? Isn't it? They're actually not watching Krishna on there. They're watching all other things. Because there's a trap with these devices. They always put all these little tricks. Oh, come on to this page, look at this, isn't it? Right? So we have to be very careful. Actually, the Kali Yuga is only getting worse, Prabhupada said. So we want to go back home to Godhead at the end of our life. We might die with that phone in our hand, watching something we don't want. And then all of a sudden, we didn't remember Krishna. Or we like the little boy in the mall, and he's screaming his head off. I'm thinking, oh my God, what's wrong with him? He's hurt himself. And I'm thinking, I better go over and help him. And all of a sudden, the mother comes, and she picks up the phone off the ground, and she puts it to the child, and he stops crying. Isn't it? Have you seen that before? Yeah, terrible. I think because you know what they're doing? They are using these electronics as babysitters. Babysitters. Oh, I give them the phone and I can go in the shop and do some shopping and find some nice clothes, isn't it? That's what they're doing. And so these devices have taken over the world and control the people. And see, they like that. These demons who are, Prabhupada said, never trust a politician, especially the big leaders of the countries. And so they're always thinking how to control the people. And Prabhupada, one time I read it, when the pandemic was going on, I read it. And Prabhupada said, they're trying to reduce the population 75%. And the diesel will become so expensive that the trucks won't be able to drive the food, and everyone will become starving. And I'm going, oh my God, this is exactly what's happening right now. And it's written in Prabhupada's books. How many of you read every day? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not enough. No. See, this is what's important about being regulated. Right? And you get up before Mangalati and chant some rounds, you get a taste. And then you have your rounds chanted by 6 o'clock, And then you can read. See? Regularly. Right? And then you'll find all these very wonderful things that Prabhupada writes. And you go, wow, that's what's going on right now. No one, when the trucks haven't got any diesel, they can't deliver the food. That's happening now. Is it happening in India? It happened in Australia. So Prabhupada, he knew the future. Even he's writing about something that's going to go on how many years after he's left the planet. And he knew. Don't be dependent on these demons. Don't be afraid of them. Don't get sucked in by them. They're trying. And even the devotees, they are trying to capture you. And when you're not strong, and you're so addicted to these electronics, then you start to believe everything they tell you. Right? What they're telling you is not true. Prabhupada said, don't trust a politician. Chanakapani, he said, don't trust a politician or a woman. And Prabhupada said, but not everybody women. Only women in the material world. Because men are bad, there's more bad men than what there are bad women. But there's actually bad women too. Sometimes women kill their husbands, kill their children. My daughter, she works in a psychiatric park. And there's ladies in there that killed their husband and killed all their children. 6 children. So don't think that women are innocent. They're not. There's also bad women in this world. But if you're a devotee, then you are a blessed woman. You give your life to Krishna. Isn't it? And when you give your life to Krishna, when you do everything that Prabhupada's taught us, are you happy? Are you happy? Huh? Are you happy or not?
Yes.
I'm seeing some. You don't know if you're happy or not happy. Follow this process, and you'll go back home, back to God at the end of your life. Now what I want you to do tomorrow, I want you to walk around smiling. Right? Say, oh, you're so happy today. I said, yes, I'm happy every day. Right? Like the man who said, oh, this beautiful dress you have on. He said, what does that mean? I said, I'm Hare Krishna. And immediately he said, oh, Govindas. Right? And then he said, please can you tell me the meaning of this sign? I said, that means that this body is the temple of God. Oh, that's understandable. So at every moment, a devotee should be happy. Because actually we are the representative of the most famous, richest, beautiful person in the whole creation. And his name is Krishna. I didn't hear that. Krishna. Not Krishna, not Krishna. Krishna. Isn't it? Not Krishna. Krishna. Right? Not Ram, his brother. He's not Ramo. He's not Ramor. He is Ram. Isn't it? What is it? Ram. Prabhupada said that too. Be careful. He said, are you trying to destroy this movement? You have to be an example. We are devotees. When we come to Krishna consciousness, the person who joined the day before is one day older than us. Isn't it? And they had to teach us what they knew, because we were a new devotee. Right? So they were one day older than us. So we are many days older than the non-devotees. So we have to be the best example. Nice tea-mat, nice devotional clothes, so we can remind them of Krishna. It is our duty. We should try to attract people to this Hare Krishna movement. But the most important thing is that when you've attracted that person, that you don't just leave them. Okay, they're a devotee now, I don't have to worry about it. No, it's your duty. You take care of that person, isn't it? We all need someone to give us love and affection. So even when we become devotees, sometimes devotees go through some difficult times. So we should always try to be there. These are all our sisters, mothers, they are our brothers. Right? So we always have to be there for each other. Isn't it? We're a family. Isn't it? We're a family. A family, Krishna's family, Prabhupada's family. Right? So we help each other. So when you see the devotee has got a smile on their face, you go up and say, give them a pat, give them a hug. Say, it's okay. How are you today? Come, I'll give you a hug. And then you love them. You love them. Mm-hmm. And I've been in, I was in Ujjain, in Indore, and Surat. And the ladies, after the program, especially in Surat, I did many programs like this. Every day, different ladies would come from different parts. Right? And so after the program, we'd have a photo, and then we'd have a hug. And you know what they said to me? When can I have a hug? I've never had a hug in my life. Oh my God, how is that? You've never had a hug in your whole life? I think when you were little, your mom used to do this. But isn't that sad? We have the most beautiful philosophy. We have the most beautiful lifestyle. We have the yummiest food, right? We have the nicest friends. So we have to take care of each other, love each other. Because maybe at the end of your life, that's the person who's going to come and help you in the awesome way. Right? So we're all going to keep our friends, and the best friends are the devotees. Isn't it? So it's 7:30 already. Anyone got any questions? 5 minutes. Any questions, ladies? No questions. That means that you understood everything. Is that right? You understood everything, you accepted, right? You're all getting up early in the morning and going to chant your rounds before 4 o'clock. Is that right? Yes?
Yes.
You can come and join us in the temple. And if you can't come to the temple, then you make your home to the temple. So tomorrow I'm going to ask you how many rounds you've chanted before Mangalati, and how many of you did Mangalati at home. I'm going to ask you. Alright? I'm going to check up on you. Okay, now we're going to have nice prasadam. And then after that we're going to have photo. And then after that we're going to have hugs. Okay?